We're good.
Good morning, friends. Just your local leprechaun hanging out at Town and Country Quilt Shop in Albion, New York. We are back this week at our normal time slot, 9 a.m. Thursday morning on Facebook Live. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you do want to catch it live, that's the time and the place. So hop on over to our Facebook page, like and follow the page, and you should get notified when we're going live. Irene is shaking her head.
I have zero.
I'm not sure what.
So far, we don't have anybody on.
We don't have anybody.
We don't even.
Practice.
We don't even have Brenda on yet.
We didn't do our Facebook Live last week. We were away at Quilt Away in Geneseo, which was very fun and very relaxing. I'm hearing that it's trying to reconnect. So if you're having, if you're seeing skipping, that's probably because of our internet.
Hi, Linda.
Good morning, Linda. So we were away at Quilt Away last week, and we did not do our usual Facebook Live. So I'm sorry if you missed us. We missed you too.
Sue Landis is on. I hope you're feeling better,
Yeah,
Sue.
hi, Sue. So what else? So I guess I'll just start making announcements, and maybe we'll make them later too. We can remind about one of them. So today is March 14th.
Sure.
This is one of my college housemates' birthday. I'll have to reach out to her today.
Pie Day.
Pie Day. Oh, it is Pie Day.
Yeah, 314.
Yep.
So today's March 14th, which means that we have 2 weeks until our sale that we're having in March, which is called Panel Palooza. And what we're doing for the month is talking about what different things you can do with panels. Today I'm going to show you just a couple of them that we have in stock, and on March 28th through 30th we're going to have a sale on them. So I just wanted to show you, we have a wide variety of styles. I have a hand up behind the camera. Yes, I heard you.
Don't forget to mention the website.
Oh yes, okay. First I'll show you these and then I'll mention the website. Okay, so this is a panel that can be turned into just a whole cloth quilt if you want to, or it can be cut apart and made into a quilt. And this was from a line called
You Are Loved.
You Are Loved. Thank you, Irene. Couldn't remember that. So this has got some sweet little baby animals, and the price on this one is going to be $9, but it will be 30% off at the end of the month, so that's something to keep in mind.
How many of those do you have?
I don't know.
Okay.
This one is completely opposite in vibrancy. This is a very cool fall panel. I'm actually surprised no one has done that.
I am too.
What?
I am too. Because that would be a great one.
Yeah.
Or a stack and whack. You can do stack and whack with panels too.
Yeah. So this has got some great bold fall colors. Nice sunflower there in the middle.
Woohoo!
Some leaves, some purple and orange, all the colors of fall. So that's just 2 of them. And I would say to pop over to the website to look at the other ones that we have, but we are having a bit of a website malfunction today. So don't go there unless you want to be
Frustrated.
surprised. So we're working on that, but I know we have been saying lately if you want one of the items to go over to the website, but we're going to go old school today, and we're going to say if you want one of the items, either call the shop, and the phone number should be on the website. It's 455-0760 if you
Would that work on a Poppins bag?
I think it might. What do you think?
Yeah, there is a Poppins bag that specifically uses panels. The only issue I have with this one is you could use it, but you're not going to want to do the pocket unless you buy a couple panels and you mimic the pocket.
Because that would cover it up.
It would cover it up, but you could make it without the outside pockets if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is another pattern called Happy Holler. I love that name. That is a pattern specific to panels.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
So just to let you know.
Yep. Okay, so that was announcement number 1. Announcement number 2 is there's been a new development in our Quilt Away plan, our format, in that fall quilt away is traditionally pretty popular, and so for the last couple of years we've had about 60 people there, and we noticed how comfortable this March's quilt away was with about 45. Is that what we have?
Yep.
45? So Irene has made the decision that she's going to offer 2 quilt aways in the fall, back to back. The first one is going to be our normal 8, 9, and 10, I think, of November.
7 through 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. If it's a 4-day.
Okay.
7 through 10.
That's our normal time, sort of the second week leading up to Veterans Day. And then we're going to have another one beginning the following Thursday.
So 14 through 17.
14 through 17.
And they're somewhat filling up already.
Yeah.
I had asked everyone just to make sure I had enough people, and I asked them to sign which one they would go to, and it didn't commit them yet, but we're well over halfway on both of them. So
if you have found that you've been to Quilt Way and it's just too many people, we're making that not a problem in November. So if you are interested in being on the email list, let us know. Either call or email the shop, and I will get you on Irene's interest list so that you will get the emails when they go out.
probably at this point,
August?
maybe early August, because I am gone the entire month of October, and I come into November. I'll be in Maine. Hi, Beth. And I won't get home until 2 days before the retreat. So I want everything tied up before I leave.
So emails will be going out in August. So if you want to be on that list, let us know and give us your email address. All right, that is all I had for announcements. And then Irene is going to show you one and tell you about another one of our classes that are coming up.
Okay.
You're back. I'm back. I was dancing just because we froze. So what I was saying is St. Patrick's Day was still is my very favorite holiday. First of all, it's green. And second of all, no gifts to worry about, though I do sometimes give gifts to my kids. It's perfect. No stress, nothing. And I get to wear green. So in school, I was always decked out. Not that I'm not now, but anyway. All right. I am discussing with you classes. The first class I want to talk to you because it starts first by 3 days is this month. We are starting the Poppins bag. Now, if you haven't seen this really cool bag, it stands up. It's got, heavy duty stabilizer in it and foam and stuff. The handles drop down. I have to go to the hardware store and get some tubing. It has stays, metal stays right here that look like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see them very well. And so what it does is it pops open. It's called a Poppins bag because it sort of looks like the bag that Mary Poppins carried in the movie. That's why they call it Poppins. But it's nice and big inside. It's got 2 pockets inside, and it's got 2 pockets outside, one on each side.
You could carry a toddler in that.
You could, just about. It uses a double zipper, okay, so that you could go either way. I have a little keychain thing on it so I can find it better. But it also goes up this way. So if you wanted to keep both ends right here so you can get to something faster, you can. Or if you just want the whole thing open, you could just open one side. So I love that. And do not fret because there's a zipper. It's not hard, believe me. If I can do it, we're all good. There's quilting on here, which is why it takes 2 sessions, because this quilting, you got to cut everything out and then you got to quilt it. And you quilt it.
Bring it up so that they
Sure.
can see the quilting.
Let me take this out.
So you can see Irene quilted it. Looks like about every half of an
Yeah, I
inch.
think it was every half inch.
Hard to see.
And that's, I think, what they suggest. When I made this, I don't think I'd ever made a bag. I made this quite a while ago. Evidence is that this fabric is no longer available. It did come in 2 different colorways. It came in a beautiful fall colorway. But I made it and could only attend one of the classes because it was in Maine and I was only there for that day. So I put this cardboard in here to keep it. I kind of crushed it a little bit. It's probably 4 or 5 years old, maybe. But I had to finish it on my own, and I was able to. And I hadn't even done a bag. It's got a nice hard bottom, which is a really weird thing to say. The only thing I struggled with was hand sewing the bottom, but I did it, and it's good. I carry projects in it sometimes. I carry quilting projects. I very often carry yarn, like I'll store yarn in it. You don't buy them. They have tubing, plumber's tubing in them. And you make the pocket and you feed it through and you make your cute little ends here. So it's a gorgeous bag. If you like bags at all, you're going to love this Poppins bag. It's big. And believe it or not, there's 2 more bigger. The Happy Hauler I talked about. And then there's actually a giant Poppins bag that you can carry a sewing machine in. You could carry a featherweight in this, but that one carries not my big Bernina, but it probably would fit my little Bernina if I didn't already have a Bernina case. So once you learn how to do it, oh, and there's also minis. If you saw any of our pictures from retreat, you will see a couple Poppins mini bags because Anne-Marie and Maureen and the ladies were doing the mini bit. They're adorable. They're absolutely adorable. So once you get used to the process, the sky's the limit. So make one for each one of your children or friends, and if you're making them for your friends, I'm your friend. That's awesome. All right, the other class is beginning quilting. And as we've said before, probably if you're watching this, you know how to quilt. But if you were never taught how to quilt, I was never taught how to quilt until I actually took lessons. I was taught how to sew by my mom, but we sewed garments and things like that. We did not sew quilts. And, switching over from a 5/8 seam to a quarter, I thought this is never going to hold. But those kinds of things. If you were never taught how to cut fabric, you just cut it. If you were never taught about 1/4-inch seams and how important they are, this is the perfect class for you. Or if you know somebody, if somebody has said to you, boy, I'd really like to learn to quilt. It is going to be taught by Linda Luther, who's amazing and a fantastic teacher, very patient, very quiet. I'm a little more in your face, but she's very, very, very good with the basics and showing you how to do it. So we are offering, we still have some slots left for beginning quilting. She does limit the number so that she can give you all the attention you need. But we have slots left. It starts the 26th of this month, and there are 3 classes, the 26th, April 2nd, and April 9th. And you will create a quilt. You will have a quilt top done, hopefully, because you have homework and things like that. It's a beautiful one. If you want to come and see it at the shop, it's hanging in the classroom, and you do it with a half pack. You don't have to use the same half pack, but we do have those available, I think. So that class is $70 and starts on the 26th of this month. My Poppins bag is 2 sessions. It starts on the 23rd, which is a Saturday, and it's also the second class is the 6th of April. And then I go away and I don't come back until into May because I have 3 retreats to do in April. So that one is $64. Okay? Sounds good. So what Tara's going to do now is show you our featured fabric, which includes this beautiful quilt behind me.
Hello again, friends. Yes, as Irene mentioned, our featured fabric this week is called Trek. It is from Figo Fabrics. This is a fat quarter bundle that we have. There are 12 fabrics in the line. And we also got a couple of blenders with it. And these can be used to make this lovely quilt with these oak leaves and mushrooms. It's called Forest Fungi. I always forget that name, but it's a really nice nature quilt, or just something to help appreciate fungi, which always needs more appreciation.
Everyone should appreciate fungi.
So we normally bring the bolts.
There we go.
Like
we're
were
back
frozen
again.
for a second.
Apparently
So
the internet's having serious hiccups.
What I just said was we normally bring the bolts in for this, but I was a little hot when I got here and I didn't want to carry the bolts. So
yeah, it's been on and off.
I grabbed the fat quarters that were cut, and I'm going to have Irene hold these up so that you can see. These are some great earth tones, a little more gray than like primary colors, but
the color's
soft and
semi-good
beautiful.
On the camera there. The farther back I get, the more true the color is. But my arms are only so long. So
this I call a hillscape. I don't know if that's a word.
I love this one.
That reminds me of like the hills down in the southern tier.
Yep,
like
by my mom's house.
Yep. Where Jacob goes to
they aren't
school.
quite this orange, but maybe in the fall they are.
And
but
they
there's
look
little
like
houses.
quilted fields.
There's a little house. Actually, they look like teepees, but that's okay. Oh, look at there. Where'd it go? There it is. There's another building. And so there's some houses throughout, but I just love this fabric.
That'd be fun on a
and
table
it's not
runner.
really me, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay.
Here's a green. And
something
then,
to tone down the crazy hillside.
This is a little blush.
But see, it's that, it's that mushroom right over Tara's head. That's what this is.
This is a blush in that same print.
Same print, just in a blush. Cool.
This
I hope
is,
I'm
I
not
would
going
say,
too
a
fast.
burgundy in that same print.
Same print, but burgundy. Hope I'm not making you ill by flipping this all over the place. A little darker than it's showing. It's more like the top. Put a little shade on it. It's
This one, I like the colors that they put in this line. It's sort of a grayed purple, and then it's got some blues.
Purple right there. This is a very sweet little print. It is direct. No, it's not. I was going to say it's directional, but they go in all different directions, so I guess it's not directional.
This one is like a brownish red.
There we go. Oh, that's pretty. A little darker than what you're seeing. The lights are washing it out a little, but you can see the print. Very nice.
And when our website comes back, which I have faith it will, this will be under the name Trek, T-R-E-K, if you want to look for it. This is similar to the green that we showed in the beginning. It's got those flowers and leaves. And
I keep calling this line Shrek. I don't know why. I think just I get a name in my head and it's done. This one's pretty. I like this one.
Now these last two prints remind me of white birch.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they're meant to be, but
I don't know. They look like roadways.
Sort of the pink colorway.
Look at them. Aren't they pretty? It's different. It's very different.
And that's featured in the quilt behind me. And then this is
you
the
can't see it. It's
green
the
colorway.
And then the green one, which this one I like a little more because I like green, obviously. There we go. All right.
So those are the prints that we have in the Trek line. And then we also have this kit for the quilt behind me. It includes a pattern. There's a pattern. And the pattern has directions for both a baby size and a throw size. And this is what the baby size looks like. I'll give it to Irene in a second. And then the one we have behind me is the throw size. So
the baby's only mushrooms.
Yep. And the throw size is what we have the kit for.
That's the baby one. Just mushrooms, big and tall. No, that's the same thing, tall and short. And then this is the one behind her, but it's done in the fabrics that we just showed you. That's what's in the kit. These fabrics don't look the same on this. These look solid.
No, these are different fabrics.
Yeah, they're different fabrics.
That's why we have this, so you can see what these would look like. So this has the background and all the fabric, and also the binding. So you'll have everything you need for the top and binding, and then backing would be sold separately. So those kits are $109.99, and we have some available at the store, and we'll have some on the website. And that
we have a website that's functioning again.
Yep. The line is called Trek, and the kit is called Forest Fungi. And I think that's all I was going to talk about. Oh, wait, no. I have something else that's adorable. I love this so much. I actually bought one for myself.
And she never buys
I don't
stuff.
even have babies in my family yet. So this is our newest soft book. It is called Noah's Ark. Well, it's called Animals Fun, but we think of it as Noah's Ark. And it has all of these amazing details in the pages.
That is so cute.
This is about the elephant on the next page. And then the elephant has a trunk sticking out. Brenda made this for us. She said the directions are very good. This is about the hippopotamus. Watch this.
Tara's having way too much fun with this book. She doesn't need to give it to a baby. She just keeps it to entertain herself.
We got a bear and a zebra. And then this last page is Brenda's favorite.
Oh.
Look at the pelican with the fish sticking out of his pelican beak. So cute. Brenda's clapping because she loves it so much. And then it says, bye. And it has a cute little handle with Velcro, so you can attach it to whoever you give it to, or their car seat, or
probably
their stroller.
The car seat and the stroller, not necessarily attach it to the
tell
baby, but
I'm 17 years removed from having a baby, so so this comes as a whole cloth here. Oops. And then you just cut it apart and put it together, and
the directions are right here. So you don't have to have a separate pattern. You've got the directions right on the panel.
Yep.
Which is very handy because sometimes my fabric and my directions end up in different places. This way they do not.
So we're going to have these up at the register, at least the book, so you can look at it yourself when you come in. And eventually they'll be back on the website.
And that panel is?
The panel is, do you mean cost-wise?
Yes.
$13.99.
There you go.
For the soft book.
So a book for $13.99.
Yep. All right.
Adorable.
I think that is all I have. And then Irene, as always, gets to do the exciting things because she's more fun than I am.
That's not true.
Well, maybe not. But
I'm just more loud.
So back to Irene.
All righty. All right. I'm going to move a little bit of stuff out of the way. It won't go far, I promise. We're going to put this back in the Poppins bag. I'm making room, because I want to show you our item of the month. Many of you already know. I'm actually going to leave it plugged in. Hey, I made it. All right. This is our Caterpillar Glow. And if Tara would be kind and bring me the bag so I can show that when I'm done. I have it plugged in. It is simply, it's plugged into the wall, and it has this little port here, and you put this in here. I've been using it, so I needed to recharge it. And the light will show me that it's not fully charged. It's still usable, but it's not fully charged. Here is the on button. I have it right for you, okay? For me, it would be up there, which is so much better because I hit it with my hand. But anyway, it has, that's the first level.
That's the second level. That's the third level, and then off. I have on it the cutting mat, the gridded cutting mat, okay? You can use, this is what makes it a cutter pillar. You can cut on here. However, you could just use it as a light box. And my dear friend Brenda will back me up on this. She says she loves it because it doesn't get hot. And when she draws things on it for her applique, if she uses a Frixion pen on a regular one, it erases. You draw it and it disappears. It's like magic ink. It doesn't do that on this one because it stays cool because they're LED lights. They're not regular incandescent lights. So you can either use it just as a light table, or you can use it as a light table and cut things with it, on it. Okay, not with it, but on it. So I was glancing through some different things to show you and tell you from YouTube. There's a million videos on this thing on YouTube. And one of the things they talked about was t-shirt design, when you do a t-shirt quilt. And I thought, oh yeah. So what I want to show you, no, you're fine. I did that. I could unplug it now. I mean, it's not fully charged, but it'll, if I unplug it, it's very strong. It stays on. It's just not fully charged. When it's fully charged, you'll get a green light right here. Then you don't have to plug it in. You take this wherever you want to go. It's great for retreats because sometimes electric's at a premium. Not ours, of course. We have 70,000 electrical cords, which would make a certain electrician probably have a heart attack. But
We unplug everything before you.
yes, before he gets there, everything's unplugged. So what I decided was give it a try. So I have a whole stack of shirts that I've saved with the idea I'll make a t-shirt quilt. I was going to make one for each one of my sons because we have a lot of Albion t-shirts. My sons were both 3-sport-a-year athletes, and they were honor graduates, or excuse me, honor roll recipients. So I had all these shirts, and then they told me they don't want one. Apparently, once you grow up and move away, high school isn't all that important anymore. So I'm going to make it for me because I was an Albion football mom. So I kept them, and I'm going to make myself a t-shirt quilt. But as you all know, the quilts for yourself tend not to get done as quickly as the quilts for other people. So what I've done is I've put it at the top intensity, the top light. So now I can see exactly what I want to do. I just noticed this. I could use the grids to cut it out with a regular ruler. I was thinking I needed a square, but I don't know if you can see this.
Do you want me to lift it up?
Yeah, I want them to see that. I hope they can see. You can see the grid of the mat through the t-shirt. Okay, so you could simply take a straight edge and figure out, okay, I need my 1/4 of an inch at least. I'm going to go out to this grid and this grid. Put down a flat ruler. Well, they're all flat, but put down a long ruler, cut it up this way, cut it up this way, turn it, use the grid, and cut it again. Or you can take a square, and I think this one's big enough, and I can cut it out this way. But again, I could line my square up with the grids, and then I know it's straight.
I'm thinking you could also use some of that glow tape
Yes,
and put the glow tape on.
that's
this
true.
If you had a certain size in mind. And
So,
just see if the motif
yeah, if you want all yours to be, I don't know, 9 inches, you could put glow tape on the 3 and the 12. I had to think what 9 inches was, or maybe on the 4 and the 13 because that's more centered. and then do the same thing this way, lay your shirt down, and does my logo fit in that 9 inches? I was hoping, and here I'm going to have to use my rulers. I am also an Ohio Northern mom because my son went to Ohio Northern. I used to wear this shirt and nobody knew what it meant, but I did, so that's all that mattered. But I can lay this down. Now, it's black, but I can still, you probably can't, I can still see through it with this. It looks almost like it's shiny. That's because the light's coming up through. And then I'd iron it first. Then I could take a ruler, because I can't see the gridding, and I would need a much bigger ruler, which I brought, but I didn't bring over here, and cut it out that way. Not sure it's as useful with the black, but it still lights it up so I can see where it is. And then my last example, when my husband and I went to Italy, I think it was the first time, we flew back into New York City, but our luggage didn't. Actually, our flight got canceled. The luggage was at the airport, but they wouldn't let us have it because we were flying on through to Buffalo, Rochester. So they wouldn't let us have our luggage. So we didn't have any clean clothes to stay overnight. So I went in the gift shop and I bought myself a t-shirt. So this commemorates, Jeff has one too. This commemorates our first trip. And it's got a little butterfly. So when I lay this down, what?
Does Jeff have the butterfly?
No, Jeff doesn't have butterfly. He didn't want the butterfly. So I can lay this down, and again, I can see my grids, and I could get it. Or if I wanted a specific size, I could lay this down after I put the glow tape down, and I could tell it would fit. And I could cut my square out and then do all the magic for a t-shirt quilt. T-shirt quilts are a lot of work. That's why I don't have mine yet, okay? So that's another use. Now, obviously, you can use this for applique, putting down your shapes, your paper with your shapes, putting your stuff on top, sticky stuff. I always forget what it's called. And tracing, okay, so you can see it instead of holding it up to the window. I don't know how many times I've done that. It's held something up to the window during the daylight. Doesn't work at night. And traced them. Now you've got your little table. This also works with foundation piecing, being able to make sure that you're covering, because when you put the piece down and flip it up, you want to make sure you cover. You can see through the thing. That's a really good use of it if you do foundation paper piecing. Okay, so these are our item of the month. Now they come with the caterpillar, the gridded mat, and the charger. And that is our item of that is our discounted item of the month, which means you have to prepay by the end of the month. We showed it to you early. We showed it to you, I think, March 1st, because we knew we were going to miss the first Thursday because we were at retreat. So you now have, today's the 14th. So you have until March 31st to order it and prepay it. Now, you can't do it today on the website because the website's ill. So if you want to come in and prepay it, you can. If you want to call us and give us your credit card over the phone, we can do it that way. But we do have until the end of the month. Okay? Now, the discount, the regular price, and
I knew you were gonna.
I know, okay, I think it's like $175.
Might be in the notebook. Or no, last time in February.
Oh yeah, so it wouldn't be in here. Pretty sure it's like regular price is one. Actually, no, my bot. Oh, hang on. $179.99 is the regular. This is the box it comes in. Okay, $179.99 is the regular price. Our discounted price for item of the month, I believe, is $125.99. It might be $127.99, but it's somewhere in that $2 range. Okay, and that will get you the caterpillar, the mat, and the charger, which I have plugged into the wall. Now, if you want to add to it, I strongly suggest Instead of carrying it around in that box, you get the bag. Now, this is an awesome bag for multiple reasons. You've got places to put the charger that aren't in with the Caterpillar. It'll hold the Caterpillar. Oh, I have samples in here. The Caterpillar and the mats. But look at the inside of this. Is that not amazing? Because it's called glow, so it's like glowworm type thing. It has a nice long zipper. It has short handles, and it has a long one to go over your shoulder. And it protects it. It's nice and padded. It protects it, and it's a little easier to carry it around than in that bulky box. The box has a handle, but it's cardboard. It's going to eventually not be good. So that was what my demo was last time. So you could also order this. And it's a very nice bag, and I cannot tell you how much it costs.
I think it's around 45.
Yeah, I was thinking 47. So again, we're within a $2 range. This is not on sale, but this is. This is a much better discount. And actually, yes, because I remember saying with what you save on this, you could buy this. So instead of paying full price and only getting this and the charger, you pay an equivalent price. You get the charger, the Caterpillar, the mat, the bag, and the charger. So think about that. But the sale that will end is just the Caterpillar with the mat. I just turned it on. And the charger. Okay? So let us know. That's a great deal. A great deal. Okay. Now, my next thing is very preferred by me. It's not my favorite. It's just preferred. And that is 3-2-1. If you're not aware of what 3-2-1 is, I don't know how you can watch this and not know because I get so excited. 3-2-1 is how we end, and it's 3 different items that are greatly discounted. For example, and if you want these, normally we would tell you go to the website, but again, website not feeling well today. So you need to call us or come in. Okay? All right. 3 is always almost always a fabric that we put out there for $3. So this is our $3 fabric. I love this fabric. It says on the back, I looked this time, that it's about 4.5 yards. But look at these blues and purples and greens. This is me. This is me. Blue and purple and green. Isn't that cute? Beautiful. That would be so pretty is in a million different things. A runner. Possibly, you know what this would be really nice? The inside of a bag. Because I always make my inside light so I can find all my stuff in the bag. But anything. An apron. You could do curtains. This would be really pretty curtains. So $3 a yard, and we have, it says, approximately 4.5 yards. When it's gone, it's gone. We don't reorder. And it's first come, first served. Okay? All 3 of these are. Number 2 is an add an eighth ruler. You may be familiar with the add a quarter rulers that you use with paper piecing and things like that. But the add an eighth ruler, occasionally, when you're paper piecing, if you're doing a specific spot, and I ran into this, I think it was with Jacqueline, you don't want that much bulk in there, so you add an eighth instead of adding a quarter. You cut it a little bit. And so this is an add an eighth ruler. Usually $8.99. It is on sale for $4.50. We have 1. This is all we got. Okay. Then our 1 is the Scrap Crazy 8, meaning Scrap Crazy 8-inch. There are different types of templates for this. This one is specifically these shapes, but I'm going to have Tara take this. Look at the back of this. It shows you a possible quilt layout for it. So what you do is you lay that down on your 10-inch square, I believe, and you cut them and then alternate them. So let's say you have, well, at least 3 10-inch squares of different colors. You lay them down, then you put these down and you cut the shapes, and then you use one of this color, a different one for the second, and a different one for the third. Or you can do a whole bunch of shapes and just mix it and make it completely scrappy, and then put them together. There's directions. This black thing you see are directions too.
There's also a QR code on the front part.
And there's a QR code. You can look it up and see. This is Creative Grids, so you know it's going to be there. It's not going to go away. We have one of these. That's it. That's why it's one. It's regular $28.49, and it's on sale for $17.99. And let me tell you, if you were to look these up now, because we've had this a little while, acrylic is going up again due to things, economy, whatever. So these would probably be even more expensive than $28.49. So $17.99 for this one item. That's number one. Number two was the add an 1/8 ruler. It's on sale for $4.50. And then this beautiful fabric is the $3 a yard fabric. Be a nice backing. It'd be a nice backing to, I don't mean to be sexist, but to a woman's. You know, I don't picture my husband getting excited about this, but it's just so light and pretty. So 4.5 yards, $3 a yard. When it's gone, it's gone. Okay? Do we have any questions that I can answer or can answer? Nope.
I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. And if you have never attended one of our retreats at Geneseo, it's at the Holiday Inn and the Valley Oak Event Center, which is attached. Please give us, drop us a line with your email, and I'll put you on the list. And in August, you might get an invitation. But they fill up fast, especially limiting them to 45. So even with 2 of them, we've already got, like I said, they're both almost half full. So, and I haven't contacted the people that didn't come this time, that came in the fall. So yeah, you're going to want to move on it once you know you want to do it. Okay? All right. If Tara has nothing, I think we're good. And you guys have a great week. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.